Hey, greetings, everyone. Paul Hansen here. Happy Saturday morning to everyone out there. Um, Today, I'm going to keep this fairly short because I've just started doing these live feeds on Facebook, and as I said a few days ago, I wanted to bring you something that I've been reading. I've been reading this book by Ray Dalio called Principles. And there was a section in here that really struck me. I don't know if you know who Ray Dalio is. He's a one of the greatest financial minds in the world. I think his financial company, what's it called? I can't remember. um, is the largest trading company in the world. And he started this in his apartment about 40 some years ago. Bridgewater is the name of the company. And it's a hedge fund. And here's a guy, and the reason I bring this up, because this kind of dovetails with the question that I had asked you about what things do you struggle with the most? Or what is the singular thing you struggle with in business? And I happened to read this the other night. There was a passage in this book that it's so well written that I really want to read it to you because here's a guy that has a net worth of, somewhere around $26 billion, I guess it is. He's one of the top 100. I think he's number 60 in the Forbes top 100 wealthiest in the world. And here's a guy who admittedly says he struggles. Now, most of us would think that someone in that wealth class wouldn't struggle with much of anything, but he has, like everybody else, situations and struggles in his life. And so I want to just pull up this passage. If you get this book, it's on page 122. But this is actually profound, I thought. He says, in my early years, I looked up to extraordinarily successful people, thinking that they were successful because they were extraordinary. After I got to know such people personally, I realized that all of them, like me, like everyone, make mistakes, struggle with their weaknesses, and don't feel that they are particularly special or great. They are no happier than the rest of us, and they struggle just as much as or more than average folks. Even after they surpass their wildest dreams, they still experience more struggle than glory. This has certainly been true for me. While I surpassed my wildest dreams decades ago, I'm still struggling today. In time, I realize that the satisfaction of success doesn't come from achieving your goals, but from struggling well. To understand what I mean, imagine your greatest goal, whatever it is, making a ton of money, winning an Academy Award, running a great organization, being great at a sport. Now imagine instantaneously achieving it. You'd be happy at first, but not for long. You would soon find yourself needing something else to struggle for. Just look at people who attain their dreams early, like the child star, the lottery winner, the professional athlete who peaks early. They typically don't end up early or end up happy unless they get excited about something else bigger and better to struggle for. Since life brings both ups and downs, struggling well doesn't just make your ups better, it makes your downs less bad. I'm still struggling, and I will until I die, because even if I try to avoid the struggles, they will find me. Now, I thought that was incredibly revealing. And going back to my question, what is at this point, what is the singular thing you struggle with most in business? And I don't care what kind of business you're in. We all have struggles in business. But I think we can, at least in my within my experience, and I have been in the automobile business. I've been in distribution. I had my own distribution company, and I've been a real estate broker. And in all of those, there's a common thread. There's a common struggle that I think is a real common denominator for almost every business out there. And I don't care if you have a job, but if you're in any type of sales, this is the one thing that I think you're going to struggle with. So most of you probably know what that is. I know Tom gave me a whole list of things about, is this a new business? Is it, what kind of business is it? You got cash flow, you got all kinds of issues to deal with in business. And I would tell you that in almost all cases, a lot of business people, including me, major in the minors. What do I mean by that? Well, we try to keep ourselves busy by thinking we're going to be successful by dealing with all these minor things, when there is really the critical thing of being successful in business, which is exposing yourself to as many people as possible. I mean that in a good way. It gets down to, if you're online, or if you're in like I said, in any kind of sales, it gets down to the fact of how much traffic is coming through your door, your virtual door, and how many leads are you generating, okay, that turn into prospects that eventually buy your product or service, or whatever you might have going on. So that is, at least in my experience, what has happened. And I've got friends out there like Ed who concurs with me. Those of you that see that where we see eye to eye on this, then I'd encourage you to take a look at one of the posts that I just did here on this page a day or two ago. And take a look at that. And and we deal, and this is not going to be a sales pitch, because whatever you're doing, this is something that is critical to your business. So whatever that might be, take a look at what we do here within our group and see if it makes sense for you. I have been privileged to work with some of the best minds in marketing out there, and I continue to do that to this day. It's what motivates me. It's what keeps me on with the good struggle, because I enjoy this, and it's the reason I'm doing it. So I would enjoy your feedback, your comments. Share this if you would, and I'm going to keep doing these live broadcasts, and hopefully you got value from this. And if you did, please share it. And I would, with that, I'm just going to sign off here. I don't want to carry on with a very long explanation, and I think my dog is asking for some attention. So I'm going to sign off, and at the expense of being too curt here, I wish you a best Saturday to you, and have a great weekend. And we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.